Hello, people. Welcome to the Realtor Newsstand. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time out to watch me bring awareness to a funny form of money management and, engage those people who've been on the fence about home ownership and congratulate the ones who've already made a smart decision to become homeowners. Sometimes, whether it be on a daily basis or once in a blue moon, we may sit and think where our money is being redirected to. And a lot of times we look at bills and add them up collectively and say, I wish I didn't have a car payment, or my utility bills were cheaper, or let me budget my money on food, or even sacrifice entertainment. Sometimes we miss the big one, which is our rental payment. The money that you pay your landlord or your leasing office. Now, I know sometimes we think about how much we are paying in rent and say, I wish my rent was cheaper. However, we still pay it, which in turn, there's nothing wrong with it. I just want to shed some light on some advantages and disadvantages of renting versus owning. Now, this scenario is based on a $1,000 rental payment. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and I was just looking at some information on rentcafe.com where I saw 3-bedroom homes around 1,300 with studios at 900 with the median average price of $1,000. So let's just say you pay $1,000 rental payment for 12 months. That's $12,000 per year. Now, time flies. So over the course of 5 years, you will have made $60,000 in rental payments to your landlord or leasing office. Whew. Then you have rental appreciation per year because of the increase in market value of a property in this economy. $60,000. Now, when you sit back and think where your money is being redirected to, $60,000 is a little bit of money. They have multiple units or apartments in a complex. So think about how much money they are really making. Now, let me ask you something. When it is tax season, okay, do you write your rent off as a tax deduction? If you're not a business owner or own a home-based business, then you cannot write rent off as a tax deduction. That money could be directed to savings, debt, or other expenses. Huge advantage is you get maintenance-free living, though. When something goes wrong, you can pick up the phone and call your rental office, and they send the maintenance personnel out in a timely manner. No long-term commitment to a contract. You can necessarily back out whenever you want to. You may have to pay a small penalty to break your lease, but you can back out. But at the end of the day, you have zero added net worth when you are renting a property. Now, depending on, your credit, loan type, down payment assistance, seller concessions, and any other credits that you may get during the home buying process, $1,000 rental payment could be equivalent to a purchase price of a home of $160,000. However, when you own a property, the rental payment is now a mortgage payment towards your loan balance. Your mortgage payment consists of something called PITI: principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Now, $1,000 times 12 months equals $12,000 over the course of 5 years. $12,000 times 5 years is $60,000. But that's not $60,000 in rental payments. That $60,000 consists of mortgage payments that goes towards the equity in your home. In today's market, a home is an appreciating asset. You are paying down a loan balance on an appreciating asset. So you have $60,000 in equity. During tax season, if you own your own property, then you qualify for something called interest deductions. So if your payment is $1,000, then 80% of that qualifies as interest deductions. 80% of $1,000 is $800 per month times 12 months is $9,600 per year. Over the course of 5 years, that's $48,000 in interest deductions that you qualify for when you pay taxes. Now, of course, this is additional income, so it's taxed. Let's say your tax rate is at 30%. $48,000 times 30% tax rate is $14,000 in your pocket over the course of 5 years just for paying the mortgage payment you are getting, that you have to pay interest on. The mortgage payment that you are paying. You're already making the payment, the $1,000 payment at your property. Now they're going to give you 80% back. It qualifies for interest as interest deductions back in your pocket. That's big. Now the economy has been doing good. So that has a positive impact on, the appreciation percentage of homes. Over the last few years, the national average says the homes have been appreciating at 5.5%. $160,000 property at 5.5% is $8,800 per year of appreciation. Over the course of 5 years, that's $44,000 of appreciation percentage that your home has increased in value while paying down your loan balance. $60,000 of equity, $14,000 of interest deductions, and $44,000 in appreciation percentages. That is like that's $118,000 added net worth value to your portfolio. That is beneficial. So when you sit back and think about where your money is being directed to, you really have to look at the advantages and disadvantages of renting versus owning. Welcome to the Realtor Newsstand. Yeah.